Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Saturday night, live from LA. It's Saturday night, man. Rainy evening in LA, man. Hope y'all having a good night outside of what happened on the basketball court in Los Angeles tonight, man. But Los Angeles Lakers take a loss to Denver Nuggets 124 to 114 in a game where LeBron James reaches 40,000 points in his NBA career. Did that sound as strange to hear as it did to say? 40,000 points. Now, I know we got a loss, and I know we lost 8 straight in Denver, and I know they cooked us in the final 5 minutes. I know that we can't seem to beat these MFs. I know. But can we just give me a micro portion of the show here to show appreciation that LeBron James just dropped a 1990 salary on his points for his career, man. 40,000 points, man. That is. Now, I'm not going to say that's up there with Wilt's 100K. If you know, you know. But that's, damn, man, that is buck wild, man. That is straight buck wild, man. And I know we got plenty to talk about tonight. We got plenty to break down. I'm sure there's plenty of fits to be thrown. I just don't want to escape the fact that how great that was tonight. And I'm also going to touch on something that might be a silver lining in this Denver Nuggets dominance against the Lakers. No, I'm not crazy. But there might be a silver lining here, and we're going to get to that. But outside of that, LeBron James, man, look, LeBron James, hate him, love him, respect him, wherever you plant your flag on LeBron James, it's just my God, bro. I never thought I would live in my entire life seeing someone score 40,000 points. Like I said, that's a 1990 salary, bro. 40,000, that is nuts, man. That is nuts. My guy, Reg, man, God bless you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my guy, Reg, man, dropping a super chat in the building. Appreciate you pulling up, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. I know you celebrating this tonight, man. You a certified LeBron guy, man, and salute to y'all, man, because, man, that's incredible. I got plenty to talk about the Nuggets. I got plenty to talk about the Lakers. I got plenty to talk about Darvin Ham. That's insanity, man. 40,000 points. The reason I want to touch on this for a little bit, just because I just never thought I would see this in my life. Kareem's record was just ridiculous to begin with. Not only did this man pass it, he got to 40. And I don't see a world that we live in that he doesn't get at least the 45,000 points. Like Jordan, like come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5, not to play games with you, but the game, like that is just, man, but the aim at you, man, that is, man, he may hit that 4-5, man. He may hit that 4-5. Appreciate you, brother Reg, man. Thank you so much, man. If you all don't check out my guy, The Locker Room, man, make sure to go over and check out his channel. Incredible work. High level, entertaining basketball content over there, man. And Reg, I don't know if you caught it, man. I did kind of my little I kind of did my little Kanye, my college dropout, last call at the end rundown about how my channel got started. I had a pretty good portion of you in there, man. So shout out to you, man. You're an inspiration, man. You're one of the guys that I listen to that inspired me to do this YouTube stuff. So shout out my brother Reg. And not only you in the channel spending time watching, but you hit me with a super chat, man. That's surreal to me, brother. So shout out to you. I thank you. I appreciate you. I respect you. Love your content, brother. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, I wanted to just touch on a few minutes on LeBron because, like I said, I'm pretty sure the rest of the show is going to be about a bunch of other stuff, and I just don't want to take away from what LeBron James did tonight because it's just absolutely incredible. And on that note, man, Court Kings, shopcourtkings.com, we got ourselves another drop today. So we got to celebrate LeBron's 40K with Court Kings, man. Let's timeless 40K. Now available, shopcourtkings.com. Man, my graphic brother, man, my brother, period. My opinion, the greatest, the most gifted graphic designer there is walking God's green earth right now, came up with this in like the blink of an eye, bro. The blink of an eye. And shout out my brother DTLF, man, Dan the Laker fan, for coming up with the Timeless. Another great creation off the top of the dome there. But Chris, man, just incredible work. ShopCourtKings.com. The Timeless 40K available for purchase tonight. Order tonight, ships out by Monday, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for rocking with Court Kings, and just appreciate everyone who's been supporting the channel overall this time, man. And so let's get to it. Let's get to it now. So aside from LeBron James' greatness and then just what he's done in this last week, just reminded us, and I'll be the first to admit, man, I got no problem being critical of LeBron when he gets a little extra. I got no problem doing that. So I'm definitely got no problem giving him his flowers. I told y'all, when it comes to people, there's people that love LeBron. There's people that hate LeBron. I respect LeBron. I love that he's a Laker. I hope he retires a Laker. I wish he was a Laker earlier. Outside of that, if he gets a little wild, I'm going to talk a little wild. But when he's great, I'm going to talk great about him. You know what I mean? And he's great. He's always great. But, man, what a game. What a game. Just what a career. Just what a career, man. But the Lakers, man. These Los Angeles Lakers, man, and these Denver Nuggets, man. So we finally figured out the Clippers. We finally figured out the Clippers. Yeah, yo, Rob. So they were like, yo, we're like 0-0 forever against the Clippers since Ty Lue took over. We just can't beat them. We can't do it. Yo, all we need is wings. That's all we need. Let me go get some wings. Let me go get some wings. And then we can beat the Clippers. Problem solved. Clippers are running up here like just crazy, just wetting us up. Then we go get some wings, and all of a sudden, they ain't no problem. They just ain't no problem. It's just... So we solved that. We went and got some wings. We solved the Clipper problem. Now, everyone else in this conference, they say the Lakers get in, right? I think they will. Let's say the Lakers get in, right? And we solved the Clipper problem. I'm not really worried about anyone else in the West. I'm really not. But we got a nugget problem. Like McDonald's without the fryer. We got a nugget problem, all right? And maybe the only way to defeat this nugget problem is just not face these motherfuckers. Like, just don't face them. Dodge them. Just dodge them at this point. Because sometimes a team just has your number. Sometimes a team just has your number. And like the Clippers all those years, I was like, if we could just dodge them and not face them in the playoffs, let someone else knock them off like Denver. Because we didn't match up with them. Now we do. I almost want the Clippers in the first round at this point. Am I tripping, chat? Am I tripping? I almost want the Clippers in the first round. Matter of fact, not almost. I want the Clippers in the first round. I think we got them. I think we are in their heads. Like, I think we got them. I'm not over tripping on the Clippers. But Denver, yeah, we might have to dodge them. We might have to figure it out. We might have to finagle this whole little play-in seeding thing just to avoid them and hope that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I think Minnesota might be the dudes to get them. And if we could figure a way to where they match up in the second round and the Lakers can pull off what they did last year, because LeBron and AD in this team might be able to figure out a way how to get to the conference finals. And if it's not Denver there waiting for them, then maybe we get to the finals, yo. Maybe we get to the finals. Intel Wild, I see you, my guy, man. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat, brother. If Kareem would not have went to college and entered the NBA at 18, his points would have been, but still, shout out to 40K. That's a fact. And I've said this often before. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best basketball player when you consider high school, college, and NBA that this world has ever seen. LeBron never went to college, so that takes him out of it, right? But when you're talking about high school, NBA, and college, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best basketball player we have ever seen. That's just my opinion. Kareem was a bad man. And I understand he wasn't necessarily well liked by the media. I understand that he had his own issues, and I understand all the thing about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm a historian of the game, man. I understand Kareem. But that boy was cold. But what LeBron James is doing, 39 years old, year 21, 40K. And he's going to get, I'm telling y'all, he is going to get to at least 45K. At least. And if he does, I don't know anyone that's gonna that's gonna play long enough to match that. Like Luka's gonna score a lot of points. These dudes are gonna score a lot of points, but 21 years with low injuries and being able to do all that, I don't know if anyone's ever gonna be able to top that. And I think that basically not only is he chasing his legacy and establishing his legacy, but I think he's separating his legacy because I don't think anyone's gonna be able to top those points. That amount of points is just, I'm telling you, it sounds absurd to talk about out loud. 40K. That's bananas, bro. That's bananas. And that dude is doing it. So shout out to him. But this game, we just struggled with them. And today, like what Michael Porter Jr. did today, and this doesn't happen. Like in the playoffs, Michael Porter Jr. really gave them nothing against us. He was kind of the one spot that like probably why we were able to make every game close was because sorry guys, my wife passed by. The reason why they probably all those games were close when we got swept is because Michael Porter Jr. really didn't go off on us. He didn't have a great series, but tonight, perfect. 10 of 10, 5 of 5 from 3. He had 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, only 1 turnover. However, it's kind of weird because he was only a +4, even with that like perfect game. Aaron Gordon hit him for 18, 8 of 16, 1 of 4 from 3, but that 1 3 was massive. 9 rebounds, 5 assists for him. But Jokic, man. Jokic. That's a bad man. Only 1 of 5 from 3, 10 rebounds, 7 assists total. But again, he was trending towards a triple-double. He had 3 turnovers. Very kind of clean game. 17 turnovers combined. So look at this real quick. If you're going to tell me, like if someone, this is for the stat sheet cats, right? The people who just look at stat sheets and watch like YouTube highlights and don't watch games. If you handed me this Lakers stat sheet tonight, 52% shooting overall, 41% shooting from 3, 8 from 11, 72% for the free throw line. They had 31 total rebounds to Denver's 36, so weren't destroyed. When you start looking at this stat sheet, 33 assists to 34. Actually, they were kind of destroyed. Remember, 47 to 31 rebounds. I apologize. I was looking at defensive rebounds. 47 to 31. So that's what I was going to touch on. But steals 5 and 5, blocks 7 and 4, turnovers 10 and 7, and there wasn't a lot of fouls, 10 and 8 and 9. So when you look at this stat sheet, for someone who didn't watch the game, okay, this game was competitive down to about 3.5 minutes left in the game. And the Lakers just cannot finish games against the Denver Nuggets. And I understand that everyone is out for Anthony Davis's head tonight. I understand that. But here's the thing. I don't think like it's really hard to have the guy be the best defensive player on the court with no really help from big. Like I know Rui got busy offensively, 10 for 15, 3 of 4 from 3. He had 23 points. But Rui was a -13. He was the worst on the team. He got you buckets, but dudes were scoring when he was on the floor. Anthony Davis -11. He was the second worst. 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, only 13 shots, 3 of 4 for the free throw line. And I know that a lot of people are saying that's not enough for Anthony Davis. We need more for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis needs to score more. Anthony Davis is getting outclassed by Nikola Jokic. Anthony Davis is getting destroyed. Anthony Davis did this in the playoffs. Anthony Davis has done this against Joker. He just can't outplay Joker. Joker doubled him up tonight. And while this is all true, I also think that it's important to recognize as being true that Joker is just a better player than Anthony Davis. Joker's clear number one, the best player on his basketball team, might be the best player in the league. Anthony Davis is clearly the second best player on his basketball team, nowhere near the best player in the league. So I think anyone expecting for Anthony Davis to be better every time we face Nikola Jokic I think people need to start being a little bit more realistic here. He's not better than him. And the Lakers are not better than the Denver Nuggets. It's not. And you can't expect Anthony Davis to be the only guy on defense and then expect him to get 30. It's unfair from that standpoint. And that's all I want to really talk about and mention that. It's unfair to expect Anthony Davis to be the lone defensive player on the court and still get 30. Because that's what happened when he had a great playoff series against Memphis, against Golden State. But then you get up to where you're facing an MVP in the front court, and you got to give everything you have to try and slow him down. And you can't. And then they want you to still go get 30. It's tough, y'all. It's tough. Intel Wild, man, I see you again, brother. Thank you so much for another super chat, man. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you, my brother. AD needs to guard Joker straight up more. Joker ain't getting 35, 10, and 7 with AD guarding him for 30 minutes. And I want to touch on this because I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. But here's the thing. So Anthony Davis, with guarding Joker head up, that's going to drain him too. But then you get to the point where Anthony Davis is like out there playing free safety, roaming around, guarding everyone, rotating everywhere. And then it comes down to like, this guy's wasting energy to help other people guard their guys. And when that happens, that's when you end up in that weird space where it's like Joker's still bodying everyone. And AD only has 17 points, and AD wasn't guarding him the whole game. But AD they have no point of attack defender, and they can't stop anyone from getting in the paint. So AD is forever making up for that by having to play all that defense. And that sacrifices his offense. And he's able to get away with it when you're playing like Washington, when you're playing the Clippers that don't have a big. He can go out there, he can get his points while still playing defense. There's a lot of teams you can get away with Anthony Davis doing that. But when you get out there and you have StreamYard, what is going on here? The StreamYard beta program, man. I'm telling you, they throw like releases out live. I'm like, something just happened here. Okay. So it's a dope feature if they keep it. But what I'm saying is he can get away with that with a lot of teams. You can get away with that with the Clippers. You could get away with that with OKC. You could get away with that with Golden State. You can get away with that with Phoenix. Minnesota, you might have some problems. Denver, you're going to have problems. And you just can't get away with it. You just can't get away with it. And I know that people want to blame Darvin Ham too. And I'm not here to protect Darvin Ham. I'm not here to make excuses for Darvin Ham. But Darvin Ham can't just like magically make another serviceable big appear. He can't. There's no one on that bench. There's no one on that bench that he can go to that's going to check Jokic. It'd be great if we had Vanderbilt back and Gabe Vincent back to help try to make life hell a little bit for Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. That'd be great. But there's nothing we're going to be able to do. Search, I see you, brother. I appreciate you. JS, I see you, man. I appreciate you. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do. Chris, I see you, brother. Appreciate you, bro. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do to make up for that other big. And like I've told you guys, building a perfect roster is damn near impossible if you don't draft them all. It's really hard. So Denver, Jokic drafted, Murray drafted, Michael Porter Jr. drafted, Aaron Gordon they got by moving guys they drafted. KCP same. Monty Morris went, drafted, moved him for KCP. So Denver has built that roster incredibly, and it's fit perfectly. And you got a guy like Joker who can create, who can shoot, who can rebound, who can play point center. They run the 5-out with Murray kind of on the under, 5-out motion. And everyone hates the 5-out, but that's what Denver runs. And they've perfected it. And the Lakers just don't have the size to counter it. And that's just the problem. So the best way to beat Denver might be to not face them at this point if you're the Lakers. Because sometimes someone has your number. Now, Darvin Ham, I'm not going to sit here and say that any stretch of the word that he's a good head coach. It's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's not what I'm trying to hint. It's not what I'm saying. But there are limitations with length on that bench. And when you build out a roster that has LeBron James making what he's making, Anthony Davis making what he's making, D'Lo, Rui, and Reeves making what they are making, then you add some wings there with Taurean Prince, Vando. It's really hard to fill out the roster and have it perfect. So there's going to be teams as a result of that have your number. And that's where the Lakers are right now. Denver has their number. So I'm sorry. I know that was a lot longer than I usually go without acknowledging you guys in the chat. We'll do that now. So I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Definitely appreciate y'all for spending your Saturday night with me. Definitely appreciate it if y'all would drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We got over 40 people in the building, only 19 likes. So come on and drop a like on the video. Help your boy out. Subscribe to the channel. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Goes a long way to help support the channel. Turn on post notifications to get notified when we go live on nights like tonight. Other than that, let's start shouting people out. Hey, man, Dante, what's good, my brother? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Same-ish as usual. Last 5 minutes. Yep, that's the recipe with Denver. A bunch of cones on defense. What up, Eric, man? Festo, what up, man? Let's see. We got Raw in here saying, what's up, everybody? What's up, Raw? What's up? What's up, Micah? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. Raw, what's going on, brother? He said, like and subscribe. Absolutely. Hanson, what up? I see you. Let's see. Every record he breaks, they lose. Well, it just goes besides that. Like when he got the all-time scoring lead, they lost that. They lost this one. They lost Kobe's statue. They lost the day where they came back and played after they had the delay after Kobe passed. I feel like every major like calls for celebration, the Lakers do lose these games. I think the last few losses solidified the 10 seeds. Our schedule was just too tough. What up, Nick? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. Difficult loss. We had them and such a big game for us to win. Yep. Yeah, I get it. And like I said, the best way to beat this team might be to avoid this team because we just don't have the bodies to line up with that roster. I'm not proud of saying that. I'm never one going to sit back and say duck someone, but it might have to be. You know, if you win a championship without having to face him, ain't no problem with that. You know what I mean? Intel Wild, what's good, my guy? Thank you again for the chats. Appreciate you. Our super chats, I appreciate you pulling up, man. We always seem to have them, but lose. Yeah, that's a fact, man. Nuggets just better than Lakers, better stars, better role players, better coach. Facts. Chris, my brother, what's up, my guy? Thanks for pulling up, brother. I appreciate you. Chow Lee, what's good? Thank you for pulling up. Shout out everybody out here. Let's see. Corking Chris says 40K Corking. Yeah. Posted out earlier. Make sure. ShopCourtKings.com. Head over there and get your merch, man. We got some fire merch that dropped tonight, man. Lakers Dodgers for life, man. Congrats to LeBron on 40K. MJ still to go. What's going on, Lakers Dodgers for life? Appreciate you, bro. We got Avenging Eyes. I know it's only rumors, but I wonder who would be the next superstar the Lakers get. There's going to be a few options here. A lot of things have to play out. As far as like some things that I've kind of been digging and kind of been pertinent to on some things. I'm telling you, like Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young, one of those may end up becoming a Laker, but they're not the name on the top of the Lakers whiteboard. I can tell you that right now. They're going to continue to try swing bigger than that. Tired of Cam and Prince getting more minutes than Max. Like Max could be with this team for a long time and be very productive if developed accordingly. Nicholas, I'm with you on that. I've told you guys, I put this on my last show. I put the graph up, man. The lineup with Max Christie in it is our best lineup, both offensively and defensively, with our highest net rating that we can actually defend with of 13.6 is when Max is the 2 guard. That's a fact, man. We're down with Empire. What's going on, man? Nah, Locker Room's my guy, man. That's my guy right there, man. Appreciate you again, Reg, for pulling up, brother. Let's see. It's that fire shirt. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's a fire shirt, man. Let's see. See if I checked in with everyone here. Vander Reese and IG post shows him flexing with the hourglass in the description. Is he coming back this season? I don't know, man. I've learned to stop trying to read the tea leaves of players when they post. They figured out that any little thing they throw out there helps their engagement. It could be him just showing frustration with the wait. It could be him saying he's coming back. It could be him saying he doesn't know, he's tired of waiting. So many different things, man. I don't really dive into any of that, man. Let's see. Fremont, what's going on, man? Remember when Raptors got Marc Gasol just for Joel Embiid in the playoffs and they ended up winning the chip? Lakers should do that for Jokic. Yeah. No, that's a fair point, man. They got him and Ibaka, right? So it was they did move specifically for that, but they had Kawhi, they had Fred VanVleet, man. They got Danny Green. They had dudes out there that can do their thing. That was a really good Raptor team. I know Kawhi gets all the credit for that win, but that was a very, very good Raptor team, man. But I still say if Golden State doesn't get hurt, and even if Klay stays healthy, I still think they win that year. Nobody will ever beat Braun's scoring record. I don't think so. That'll be tough, man. If Porter Jr. went 7 or 10 tonight, we might have won. Yeah, he had a perfect game, bro. Perfect game. It was just ridiculous, man. MPJ, perfect. You lose flawless victory. Yeah, that one was tough, man. The next game against the OKC could be the biggest game to decide if the Lakers climb the standings. We had their number this year, but they're still a playoff contender. Such a difficult position. Yeah, I agree. And again, the Lakers had won like 9 of 12 coming into tonight. So that's 9 of 13. I mean, they could get right back on track. It's just this team seems to just have their number. They can't seem to beat them. And I don't know if they can, it's not like a switch you can just turn on. They've got them a better matchup with players. They've got them mentally. They've got the home court advantage. They've got the positions that the Lakers struggle with, which is where the guards with Murray and KCP wasn't even there, right? So it's like when you have Michael Porter Jr. doing that with Murray and Joker, and then you have Aaron Gordon. You got these guys. It's just that team is really hard to overcome all that, man. When they do what they do, man. Dre the Great, what's going on, my guy? We had them and we let them off the hook. I know that quote. Yep. Facts. Murray sprains ankle, does not miss a game. Lakers players sprain ankle out 2 to 4 weeks. Well, they got different grades with ankle sprains, right? With ankle sprains, there's totally different grades. Man, Lakers 60, 1973. What's up, man? Thanks for pulling up. Everyone babying AD. That's all I heard in Kareem's stream. I don't think we should baby AD. Shout out to Kareem. That's my brother. I don't think we should be babying AD, but I understand it. I understand that this game, when you're a two-way player who guards both sides of the basketball court, when you're expected to guard 1 through 5, especially when guards can penetrate the lane, you got to guard the big, get back, get the rebound. You got to block shots. You got to score. You got to get assists. Like the pressure and the responsibility on AD is pretty high. So I'm definitely not babying him. But I think it's a fair point to point out that dude's putting in a ton of work. And he doesn't have a lot of bigs down there to help him. It can be 1 versus 5 on defense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is Braun better than Murray? Braun is better than Murray. It's just Murray is the number 2, and he's playing free off of Joker. So, like, if Braun was, if and when, whatever that comes to the point where he ends up actually being the second best player on the team, that will free him up some. Well, Murray is just getting out there like, okay, he's got an ultimate green light. He's playing off of Joker. You got someone like MPJ going ballistic out there tonight. So it was like, and he's out there playing on what he had a bum ankle. So he almost had a built-in excuse. Murray is a very good basketball player. He's a very good basketball player. He don't just give it to us. He gives it to a lot of teams. Very good basketball player. And we seem to have no answer for him whatsoever. If the Lakers are blatantly trying to hide AD from Jokic, you better drop 40 on offense. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Dre the Great. They're not really, it's not about trying to hide him from Joker. It's about trying to have him there to guard the entire team and protect the paint against the entire team. And that's tough to pull off, man. That's tough to pull off. And again, I'm not babying Anthony Davis. I think that would be a little lazy on my fact to do that. He gets blamed. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot to ask of someone. That's a lot of work. Is Braun better than Murray? No. Oh, yes, Braun is better than Murray. If the Lakers are, okay, I go backwards here? What am I doing here? The problem wasn't Joker, in my opinion, is the fact that Murray looks like prime Curry every time he faces D'Lo. I mean, Murray, D'Lo aside, Murray was doing this in a bubble. Murray was going ballistic. Bubble Murray was ridiculous, and D'Lo wasn't even on the Lakers. Again, these are narratives that I think are a little bit unfair. Murray was getting 50 in the bubble against Donovan Mitchell. 50. Multiple. Gave us buckets in the bubble. D'Lo was nowhere in sight. Nowhere. I think instead of blaming D'Lo, I think it's time that people start putting respect on Jamal Murray's resume. I could see Suns and Kings dropping into play-in. Booker sprained ankle, Nurkic sprained neck, and O'Neal sprained ankle tonight. Yeah, that was nuts, bro. That was us. Jay, what's up, brother, man? What's going on, man? I am done with handball. A lot of people have been for a long time, man. Ham is not a good coach, Jeff. Just keep it real. He literally has cost us at least 5 wins this season. I'm not defending Darvin. Like I said, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying I'm not just blaming everything on Darvin. I think it's time to look at the summer. I mean, it's always good to look at the summer, especially tonight, man. It's raining out here, man. We got rain, thunder. We got helicopters flying over my neighborhood right now. Someone getting stupid in the rain. Like, come on, y'all. It's a wild night in LA tonight, man. I don't know if you guys can hear the helicopter right now. There's like one like right over my house, where I can see the light. Like it's crazy up right now. Joker was a second round pick, and to top it off, Intel Wild, he got drafted during a Taco Bell commercial. It's just wild. Darvin Ham is the Brandon Staley of the NBA. Ozzy, what's up, my guy? Denver is going to win it all again, and I don't see Lakers getting better than the 7th seed with the tough schedule. I'll take the 7th seed, man. I don't want the 9th or 10, but we may have no choice, man. We had Kuz, Caruso, and KCP, but we traded it away for West. Yep. Anthony, what's going on, man? Sign Patty Mills, cut D'Lo. Neither one of those things are happening. My prediction: Timberwolves, Nuggets, OKC, Clippers, Mavs, Pels, Golden State, Kings, Sun, Lakers. Let me read these. I think those are good. Like, those are pretty much everyone in now. I think everyone 1 through 10 is getting in. It's just a matter of is that your seating? So you got Lakers 10th, right? Call me crazy, but I think the Lakers finished 7th or 8th. I really do. KD, what's up, my guy? Thanks for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. I would like Patty Mills, but don't cut D'Lo. Yeah, Patty Mills ain't the Patty Mills y'all remember. But yeah, do not cut D'Lo. Denver knows how to close out games. Once the game was tied in the 4th, I knew it was over. Yeah, they're champs for a reason, man. Kurt, what's going on, my guy? Hey, Jeff. Hey, Serge. Hey, chat. I found out the secret to beating Denver. Just don't play 4th quarter. That's funny. 2019 Raptors team was super deep. Yeah, that was a really good team, man. Hey, Jeff, when did Cam become a defensive specialist? You cannot sit D'Lo in that situation. Cam, I don't think he still is a defensive specialist. I think he just figured out a way how to make a team and stay on a court by bringing energy on defense and contributing to that. He wasn't drafted for defensive purposes. He's never really been known for a defender throughout his career coming up in college or even high school. So he's a long guy who can guard wings. And in today's NBA, that's valuable. So it's important, to do whatever you can to try to make a roster and extend your NBA career here. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in right now. Like I said, we've got from out of people in the building, we got 28 likes on the video. So drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, man. We on the road to 1.3K, man. In a short time since August, man. Unbelievable the support, unbelievable the growth of this channel because of you guys. So shout out to you guys, man, and all the continued support that you show night in, night out, all the messages, emails, and all the reaching out you guys do and all the interaction you bring to this channel. Like I said, man, I know it's humbling to sit back here and understand that I've only been here since the end of the summer and where I'm at, like, it's incredible. And it's just all because of you guys. Channel will be nothing without you guys. So appreciate you. And thank you all so much, man. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. Trying to catch up here in the chat. So I'm going to back up 30-minute talk before I got to the chat tonight. A little rare, but making up for it now. Gordon is the weak link in the Nuggets offense. Ham should scheme to make sure Gordon holds the ball more. I agree with you. But sometimes schemes, you can do all the schemes you want, Patrick. But when you got Murray, Joker, MPJ, KCP wasn't like tonight, but like you got so many different ways that can hurt you. A lot of times you can't always decide. Your strategy when you got one guy on a team that could get buckets, then your strategy is more powerful and more impactful. When you got 4 or 5 guys that can go get buckets and just bust your whole strategy wide open, it's not as easy as it sounds. Like I've coached in games, man, where I've had okay, there's one guy who can kill you tonight. Let's just not let him. And then we can beat him by 15, 20, 25 by neutralizing him. Then I've placed teams that had 5 or 6 guys. And then it's just okay, who's getting hot? Who's off? You have to try to figure it out as you go at that point. Now, Ham can't do that, obviously. But at the same time, going against a team like Denver, it's really hard. It's really hard to go out there and strategize against a team who wants a 5-out motion with Murray running under, Joker being the primary ball handler to where the point guard is actually secondary. And it's just a beautiful offense because you have Joker. And teams since the beginning of last season have tried to come up with strategies to disrupt that. They were unsuccessful last year with a championship going to Denver. And this year, I mean, they're just as good, if not better. So a strategy is great. But I don't think there's a way you can force the ball just into Aaron Gordon's hands to try to force it out of Joker, but not have Murray or Porter or any of those guys go off. They just have too many weapons to punish you for anything you try to cheat on. Everyone likes to scrab last time you did it, and that's why we lost tonight. That's funny. That's funny. Man. D'Lo is a terrible defender. D'Lo is not a good defender at all. He has moments where he can make plays defensively, but he's not a defender. He can block shots. His length can get in the passing lanes and get some steals. And I've even seen where D'Lo being on the other side of the court, where sometimes teams won't throw the ball across because of his length. D'Lo can fill a passing lane. Him one-on-one is not very good. But D'Lo is a help defender on the other side. He's much better than when he's on the ball. So I've seen teams look his way and look away when he's on that side because of his length. But once his player gets the ball, it's messy from that point, though. Fact, Search. That's a fact. Hate to say it, but Murray's a beast. Murray's a flat-out beast, bro. Flat-out beast. The best way to defeat Murray is to remind him when his IG got hacked. That's wild, man. Denver versus Jazz was crazy in the bubble. What's up, Chris? That's right, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think people acting like Murray only gives us buckets. That's just not true, man. It's just not true. I don't think Gordon is the weak link. They don't have many weak links in their top 6-7 guys. They really don't. They really don't. What did I say? What did I do? What did I do, Dante? What did I do? Intel Wild, man. Appreciate you again, brother. For another $5 super chat, man. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate your continued support, bro. Joker was drafted in the second round, but is possibly the best player in the league today in the last 3 seasons. Yeah, I mean, look, I take the approach of this. I take the approach that sometimes you just got to give respect to dudes, man. When a dude just goes out there and takes your lunch from you, this ain't boxing, this ain't martial arts, this ain't UFC. You can't just put hands on them because you're mad. You got to try to beat them. And in sports, when sometimes people are just better than you, it's frustrating, and you got not much you can do about it. Not much you can do about it when a team is better than you. They've got a better coach than you. Literally everything about Denver is better at almost every level than what the Lakers do. And the Lakers used to think like, well, we got Anthony Davis and LeBron James. We got the best duo in the NBA, or one of the best duos, one of the best duos in the NBA is where a lot of Laker fans hang their hat on. But if we're being realistic, the best duo in the NBA is in Denver. So they got the best duo in the NBA. They got the best player in the NBA. They won a championship last year. They are well coached. They have deep role players. They can shoot. They can pass. They can run. They can rebound. They're better defensively than people think. They can make their free throws. And they're good in the clutch. That's very tough to beat, y'all. That is very tough to beat. You almost have to be perfect. If Taco Bell was smart, they'd get Jokic for the commercials. Maybe they've offered, but the guy doesn't want to go away from his horses and goats to do it. Should we talk about Spencer? I don't think that he's been good for the team. Very inefficient offensive player, 29% from 3 and 37% from total field goal percentage. Well, if you're looking at Spence as scoring and shooting, then yeah, you're probably going to be disappointed. I agree with you. Spence, in my opinion, and what I thought was that he was going to be brought here to be a point guard and just kind of run the second unit. And I've seen times where they've let him do it. There was a stretch in that Clipper game where he had 5 or 6 possessions where he was running point guard and he did a lot of great things. He had some moments in the Washington game, same. But Spence being a catch and shoot guy or looking for a shot or catching on as a shooter out of a double team, that's just not what he does. It's not his game. Never has been Spence's game. Spence is better with the ball in his hands and creating. He's a point guard. He's actually probably the only like legit point guard on the Laker roster outside of maybe like Bron when he plays point guard. But he's a point guard. So, but he's not a catch and shoot guy. And when the Lakers make him a catch and shoot guy, it's not going to end well. That's not his game. It's not his game at all. Lakers 238. What's going on, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Lakers are done with Ham still the coach. If Denver eliminated by other team, we had a chance. But if not, they'll be champions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes, and we saw this sometimes when Braun was in the East. He intentionally lost, sacrificed to get a lower seed to get a matchup, and he did that just to avoid certain matchups, and it worked out for him. And I don't think there's a problem with that because sometimes you just don't have the bodies to beat a certain team. And it's not about like I'm not trying to get out here and advocate for ducking or showing the team you can't beat them, or you think you can't beat them. But when you're 0-8, including a sweep in the playoffs over a team, they already know you can't beat them. They already know it. So it only matter at that point. 7th or 8th, pray. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, man. Anthony, what's going on, my guy? Dinwiddie calling the Lakers. Nah, but they got him for less. They got him a prorated minimum, man. It's still a good signing. And there's still a chance for him to do something, man. I don't see Anthony Davis getting a statue knowing that his prime, he got punked by Jokic. I mean, a lot of dudes did, man. There's a lot of guys gonna get destroyed by him. A lot. It's not just him. It's not. What's going on, Joe, man? Thanks for pulling up, man. Make sure I head over to Lakers Fast Break and give them a sub, man. Great community, great guys, great content. Joe says Reddish is a specialist. Like I'm a rocket scientist. Yeah, he's not a specialist for sure, man. He's not a specialist. I don't agree with that either. Not at all. Let's see. Trying to catch up here, guys. Keo says, how do you not have D Russell down the stretch? Yeah, especially when you need buckets, right? But when Murray was cooking, Porter was cooking, he was, man, I'm assuming he's trying to go defense there. I don't love it. Didn't necessarily agree with it because you needed a score because they were basically scoring at will. There really wasn't anything you were going to do to be able to stop them. D'Lo has helped you win games down the stretch as recently as that Clipper game. So yeah, that is a head scratcher for sure. We were almost at the end of the season now. I think the Lakers should switch and put LeBron at the point now. I don't think they can, Patrick, because like I said, you got D'Lo, you got Reeves, you got Spence. If they bring Gay back, like there's no place for these guys to play if you're putting Bron at the point, and Bron can't guard points. Bron can't guard point guards, and he can't guard wings. So you got to be careful where you put Bron at this point, man. Peyton Watson is what the Lakers wish they had. Man, the Lakers miss. I wish they had a lot at this point, man. Someone please 5-minute timeout for time it out, Joe. It's crazy how healthy Denver's been the past 2 seasons. Like I recall MPJ and Gordon being hurt a lot. Yeah, no, they've been like relatively injury free the last few years. That's for sure. That's a fact. And like I said, sometimes that portion of luck helps you get to a championship. You staying healthy is considered lucky in today's NBA. So getting and winning a championship with your team virtually healthy or unscathed injury-wise, that's a blessing. Like the other night, we all thought that Murray was going to be out. And he not only was he not out, but he came in and he balled out tonight, man. Just like super balled out, man. Ham couldn't scheme a ham sandwich. Yeah, he's got his issues, man. Uno reverse card. AD preparation for the season is a big mistake. He needs to improve his game and gain more post-up moves. I think AD has had one of his better games in the paint. Oh, excuse me, one of his better seasons in the paint. AD has been dominant in the paint. The Lakers have been. Anthony Davis has more shots closer to the rim this season almost in his entire career. So again, these narratives aren't really true. But the thing is Anthony Davis, see, Shaq was never required to be the best defensive player on his team. Like he just wasn't. Jokic is not required to be the best defensive player on his team. Anthony Davis is. And that takes so much out of your game. Like Anthony Davis is up there to the level of someone like Rudy Gobert, but is still capable of getting 50. I think people need to just think about what I just said. Like, he's capable of being the best defensive player walking this planet and still getting 50. The problem is, it is really hard to do that consistently when you have to use that much energy on defense. It's amazing how well MPJ plays with those leg devices. Wouldn't it be able to play without them? Man, who knows, right? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. What's going on, my guy? Thanks for pulling up. Nuggets own us. I hate Prince. Prince catching strays, man. How can the bench offense be fixed? They've been awful the last 10 games. I think the best way to fix the bench is to shake up the starting lineup, really. Like, Austin off the bench might be what makes sense because we need buckets. Give me 1 second. Need some water here, man. Talking, not drinking. Let's see. Jokic is the greatest second round pick in NBA history. Yeah, man. He's gonna be one of the greatest players in NBA history, man. He's just ridiculously good, man. Let's see. The Arbor in 10. What's going on, man? It said Denver will repeat. They are just on another level, and they look like the only consistent team. I think Boston, I think, is on a 10-game winning streak. They're playing great. Their first 7 is probably even like just ridiculously stacked. Falls off a cliff after that. But I think Boston and Denver are the 2 class of the leagues right now. The 2 class of the league right now. Gonna need Denver to win it all to avoid the Celtics from winning. That's what I'm saying. I think the Celtics are a very good team, They're very good. Is Ham not utilizing Dinwiddie right? I want to see more pick and roll plays for him. Well, here's the thing, man. A pick and roll isn't often created by the coach. That's a 2-man game. And these players in today just don't seem to. So, like, the Lakers, like, they did some in the Clippers, some in the Washington game. I forgot what the game was prior to the Phoenix one. What was that one? Where they kind of got a little bit more focused on that. But that's all on Braun and AD. Like, they're in that kind of read and react mode, and they go away from it, right? So the same with Spence. Like, you can call a play, but when a play is busted, the players don't know how to reset it. So it's, like I said, I understand people bashing Ham, like I do. But for someone who has coached as long as I have, I've seen enough broken plays, and I've seen it. For everyone who ever watches on playback, who watches Empire Jeff TV on playback, like, you guys can hear me break down these plays as they're happening in real time. And I'm often saying where the ball is going and where the shot is coming from. So I know what I'm talking about. And I've seen it so many times where the Lakers offense gets busted and it just becomes hero ball, and they stray and they just panic. Now, Darvin Ham will catch strays for that, but that's on the players. That's on the players. I've coached in many games, so I know what counters are. I know what you're supposed to go to as a second or third option when a play gets busted. And these Lakers players just don't do that. They just don't do it. And it's not that the plays aren't designed or set, because you can see the motion that's setting up for the secondary play being ran by those players. So I know it's installed. And I know that these other players are doing it. But not everyone else is. So I'm seeing it. So you'll see, like, you'll hear all the time, like, when they design, like, what was your thoughts on designing that player? What was the play you called? Where was supposed to go to this, but that didn't work. So the secondary action was it. Like, you'll hear it all the time. And if you watch it, you can see exactly what plays are being called. And you could see what the players are trying to do, but a couple other players just break it. So I've seen plays where Spence gives the ball up, goes to the corner, comes back and sets the screen. The other guy gets a pin down. The other guy comes around. And I've seen it where players have looked at Spence and then went the other way. And that right there is saying, no, we're not giving you the ball. Even when that's the right basketball player and there's no one shading in that direction to deter the pass. I've seen Austin Reeves do that to Spencer. So, like I said, when plays get busted and players don't go to the secondary actions, that's on a player, not the coach. The R Bruin 10 says they can control the pace of the game. They can. And the Lakers have a top 6 or 7 pace in the league. They have that. They're there. They've got that. So the Lakers play with high pace. Joe says Dinwiddie can't play anymore. I'm not willing to go there yet. Let's see. The best way to ruin Jokic and Murray game, attack them both at all times. They should eliminate them making players score. So attacking them and making them defend, yes. But blitzing them, if you're, I don't know which way you're saying that. Are you saying attack them on defense? Like make them play defense? Or are you saying like rush them on defense, like when they have the ball and force others to beat you? And you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that because a good offensive player, when they're rushed, they can make fools of you, and then they can get the ball up and go get it and actually be in a mismatch in a better situation than they were in the first point. So, like I said, it's there's almost, when you have a basketball team that has 6 or 7 very talented players that can get their own shot, there isn't a ton of things you can do other than hope they miss and you get the rebound. And you got to be able to cook on your side of the floor. But a team like Denver, they have so many weapons, you guys. It's not as simple as stop them. It's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. It's not as easy as that. If that was easy, the whole league would be doing it. If that was easy, Miami would have beat them last year in the finals because that's what Miami does. The Miami Heat are almost New England Patriot-ish. Belichick taking away what you do best and getting you out of pocket and doing this. That's what Miami does, and they couldn't do that to Denver. They did it to Boston. They did it to Milwaukee multiple times. Multiple times. But they couldn't do it to Denver. They got one game, but they couldn't do it to them either. And they're probably the best in the league at doing that. And they couldn't do it. Eric Spoelstra, at worst, is a top 3 coach in this league. And he had no answer for them. He beat Milwaukee. He beat Boston. And had no answer for Denver. And y'all remember the quote? Y'all remember the quote during the NBA Finals when Ramona Shelburne got cooked by Coach Spo? When she asked, well, they say that, what about making others beat you and make Joker a passer? And you remember what his answer was? Because I thought it was great. And he basically said that is the definition of coming from the untrained eye. I love coaches, man. I love coaches, man, because they really put people in their place who think they know the game and they don't. Narratives and just topics that are copied and pasted and cookie cutted and ran with without substance. I love when coaches just flex their coaching on people and just remind people that they know nothing. Like, she's covered this game for like 20 years. And she got reminded that she basically knows nothing when it comes to the ins and out of how this stuff goes. Because the untrained eye, and I'll say this, and I'm going to die on this hill, you can watch basketball for 30 years and still not know what you're talking about. And that's a fact. Let's see. AD and LeBron would smoke Jokic and Murray 2-on-2, no competition. That's a good debate. Are you talking about right now? Or are you talking about in their primes? I'll take prime AD, prime LeBron, obviously. We're talking about now, right now, this season. Joker is the best of that 4. I don't know, man. I don't know. Those two are great, man. That is a great duo right there. Can't shoot and can't create in traffic. You talking about Spence? I don't know what you. I mean, I don't know when this was said, so I don't want to assume. If you're talking about Spence, so the thing with Spence, and I watched Spence play since he was in middle school, right? Shout out to Taft High School, man. I watched Spence play a long time before he was on anyone's radar, before he was like, I watched him play a long time. And Spence's game is predicated on giving him some space, right? and letting him do his thing. So while Joe's saying, I'm assuming he's talking about Spence. So in traffic, a lot of guys can't create in traffic. So that's true. A lot of guys can't. With Spence, because the Lakers just refuse to run any two-man action, any type of real pick and roll to create that space and let someone who's a creator create. There's a lot of guys. If you go back and watch film and look about guys who, when they're in situations where they get pinned and they get into space and defense collapses and there's no real separation and there's no pick and roll action or pick and pop rolling to get those guys to come off. Like there's no roller that those guys have to commit to. And there's no popper that those guys have to commit to. And that happens, then they can make very good point guards look bad. Now, Spence is not a very good point guard. But he's a point guard and he can create. But the Lakers just don't know how to really utilize that skill set. Like ever. They just don't know how to. What's up with AD and Braun? That's what I'm talking about. Why isn't that utilized more? They killed teams that in the bubble. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Nicholas. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And the thing I know about it is because if you've ever watched Backstage Lakers, you've heard Ham talk about it. You've heard the coaching staff talk about it. So it's not like they're just clueless, not trying to incorporate it. The players just aren't running it. They're not. And it just seems to be like a weird thing sometimes with some of these guys. And you'll see it when they do run it. They're very efficient with it. When you look at the Lakers with the ball handler, the driver, and the roller, when you dig into those metrics, the Lakers play better when they do that. And no surprise. But they get in this weird situation sometimes where they run it, or they don't run it, but they start it. Like they line up the set like they're gonna run it. And then they go the wrong way or they go another way, and it just never runs the way it should run fluidly. And defenses have started to pick up on it. So when they see the two-man game, they're like, okay, they're setting up, but they're not running it. And these teams are smart, man. Like these teams are smart. They know what you run. They know what you play. They know which side you're going on. They prepare their players. And the Lakers use the two-man game as a bluff, and teams are calling their bluff. And that's the problem. The finals will be boring again if Denver goes back to back. Let's go Lakers. That's true, Chris. Court balance is terrible. That's true. That's true. Let's see. JSJ says, I feel like the Lakers need a defensive guard. They do. They've needed a point of attack defender all season. I said that since training camp, which is why I really was hopeful that Gabe was going to be a very impactful player this season, but he just hasn't been here. And Vando, who's a very good perimeter player, and I believe Vando is a game-changing player on defense that can really help a team in a series, in a stretch of games. And not having him, like that stretch the Lakers are going on, that game in Boston, that first half he had in Boston was one of the most dominant defensive halves. I know Austin was cooking offensively, but it was Vandal that just took their hearts in that game. All those turnovers he forced. That one play, man, where he got the ball, stole it, gave it up, got it back, went around a curl with his offhand swing, got the layup to end. Like Vando is such a better player than people think. He was just getting his legs out from under him. He was just getting his timing right. He was just getting his conditioning right. He was just getting his feel for the game back. Like Vando is so much better than people think. He's more than just a defender, but he's just been plagued by injuries that he just never got right. And then it felt like he was getting right. And when Vando was right, he impacts winning. He's done it everywhere he's been. He just impacts winning. And he goes down, and I have no idea if he's coming back. But that guy, that guy just flat out impacts winning. Transition D is slow with A or D low. Facts. Absolute facts. Cuba was good, my guy. They got y'all number. Yeah, they do. They sure do. They sure do, man. They got LeBron's number. I know that's gonna piss off Cuba. Can't play that game when you need to win a play-in to get it. Well, we're undefeated in playing games, so it feels like every game that they say the Lakers can't play, they've played and won a playing game. But they never lost one. But it's a tough game to play for sure. It's risky as hell. Keo's Brandon. That makes a lot of sense. What's up, Brandon? If Gabe comes back this regular season, at what point is it too late integrating him? Here's the thing. I mean, you almost have no choice. You need him. So if he's able to play, you got to put him in there because he's a guy that's willing to at least fight through screens. He's a willing shooter, doesn't hesitate. He can put the ball on the floor. He's got grit. He's tough-nosed. You got to play him if he comes back because even Gabe, if his shot isn't falling, he competes defensively. So I think if he makes it back to the floor, if he makes it back to the roster on and like to dress up, like he's gonna play. He's gonna play because they almost have no choice. They have no point of attack defender. Clutch time, D. Russ. Lakers got a winning record without D. Russ in clutch. They're 6-6. Yeah, facts. Question: if given a chance, are you going to trade Embiid for AD? No, nope. I love Embiid. I think he is a. I think he can be. I think he's a generational level of talent. But he just can't stay on the floor. He can't stay on the floor. And I know AD's had his injuries in the past. But I trust him to play more games than I trust Joel. A lot of teams actually passed up on MPJ because they thought he was injury prone. Well, he had that really bad. He had that back injury, back surgery. I think he needed the draft, right? And I remember. Give me 1 second. I need some more water. And when he got drafted, I remember saying, matter of fact, I tweeted it. And I was like, I hope like a perennial playoff team or a team that's not going to be in the playoffs from years to come don't draft him and stash him away. And by the time they become ready, that he like gets back healthy. That's exactly what I said. That's in writing. Like I did that during the draft. And Denver got him. And at the time, Denver was not a threat. And Joker wasn't Joker yet. Murray was still kind of underperforming. A lot of people labeled Murray a bust early in his first year or two. And then they became who they were. They moved Nurkic to free up Joker. Murray became Murray. And Michael Porter got healthy. Got out there and played. Now, I'm not the biggest Michael Porter Jr. fan. I'm really not. I think he's kind of one-dimensional. He can hurt you in some ways. But this season, he's hurt the Lakers. And he really hasn't hurt them in the past. But this season, he has. So you already had a team that you couldn't beat, that swept you without him playing well. And now he's playing better against you. So it's even worse. You know what I mean? It's just like nuts. Gabe and Dinwiddie was a swing and miss for Rob. Well, Dinwiddie was kind of like a little different situation. Gabe was not Rob's first option. He wasn't. Rob's first option was trying to get Bruce Brown. And they essentially had Bruce Brown. It was done. Then Indiana moved Duarte, freed up some money because he wouldn't take the money they offered, which was still more than the Lakers, but he wasn't going to pass on the Lakers just for a little bit more money. Then they freed it up to like $22 million in year one, and he was just like, I got to take this. Even though the second year isn't guaranteed, he had to take it. And then the Lakers kind of had to pivot. Dennis was already further along in negotiations with Toronto. Other players were further along. That's what happens when you go after your first guy and you don't get the agreement immediately. A lot of these other guys will start further down the road in talks with other teams. And by the time you have to pivot, then maybe you probably got like maybe 8 or 9 guys on your list. And by the time you pivot, probably 6 of them are gone. Or you have to wait for a deal to fall apart in order to get them. And so they pivoted, and they pivoted to Gabe. Miami flew out here and still tried to stop it. And Gabe eventually chose the Lakers because he was further along in talks with them. And they sought him out before Miami did. And so they got that route. So it wasn't like Rob wasn't trying for other things. But things are fluid and things happen. And they thought they had Bruce Brown. That's the angle they were going for. And other teams thought they had him too. And then Indy just got froggy and made something happen. When LeBron wants to, he can lock up anyone, but he rarely wants to. Well, there's a want to and when his body wants to, right? So he can do it in stretches, but he can't do it a whole game anymore. Credit Ferris, how's Lucky doing? So Lucky's good, man. So Lucky, actually, we were out and about today, man. I was at family's house tonight. I went by my parents' house tonight. We took him with us. He went over there. They went by my parents redoing their whole like outside their backyard, putting a whole new like patio, gazebo, like this whole thing, grass, everything, a whole bunch of work done over there. So they finally like got it done tonight. So I'm like, nothing better to go celebrate a new backyard than just let Lucky buck it up, right? So took Lucky at the house. Lucky had a good night, man. He was out there, had a good night. So he was out running around playing with my parents' dog. Now he's it's a good question. I have no matter of fact, I think I'm hearing him now. Now that I just said that, I heard a bunch of noises. So I don't know if you heard me say his name, but Lucky's like Beetlejuice, man. You say his name enough, he gonna appear, man. And or Candyman, or whatever you want to say. Like you say his name enough, he gonna pop up, man, and do something. So. But Lucky had a good night, man. Lucky had himself a good night tonight, man. So got him a couple pup patties tonight, man. He had some burgers. He lived it up tonight, man. He lived it up. Let's see. I asked the tough questions. That's funny. Lucky is forming a diabolical plan to destroy the podcast. So what's funny? The other night I was sitting here and I was working on something. I was helping someone else with their audio. They did something for a podcast and they needed someone to mix the audio for them. So I was mixing the audio for them for their show. Just putting it together for them. And and I'm hearing like this noise in my headphones. I'm like, what the heck is this noise? And I was sitting there, I'm like, I heard it repeatedly. I thought it was something wrong in the audio. And I'm like, what is that noise? It was like, whack, whack, whack. Like it was a really weird noise. And I didn't realize, like I got my mic. I wasn't using the mic because I was just mixing audio. So I had my mic off to the side. And I look over and this dude is like, he had the mic and he's like just licking the side of the microphone. So I'm just hearing the whack, whack. I'm like, what the hell is that noise? And I look at him, he's like, what? I'm like, fool, leave my mic alone, bro. What's going on here? But yeah, that's Lucky being Lucky, man. Lucky would start the show with Rough Riders. He said rough. Oh, man. Lucky got a fan base, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, man. D. Russell and LeBron pick and roll with smoke anyone, but they don't run it enough. That's a fact because D'Lo's long enough, man. And Braun, see, that's what I'm saying. Braun, D'Lo, Braun, AD, Braun, Rui, AD, Christian Wood, like all these guys can switch a pick and roll, and either can be the roller or the ball or the driver, the ball handler, right? And it's they don't use that enough, man, and it's just totally annoying, man. Satro says, salute, Jeff. We just need another strong big to tangle with Joker. His bucket game too easy. What's up, Satro? Yeah, man, he's just too nice, man. He's ridiculous with it. Cam Spence and Prince 3 for 13 minus 19. Ugh, yeah, that's rough, man. That's double rough. Dinwiddie needs spacing to operate efficiently in the paint. This team doesn't have consistent three-point shooters, hence the reason Ham uses three-guard lineup. With him at times, he's just not a good fit. The Lakers, over the last, the Lakers have been shooting well. They've been shooting well, even in tonight's game, man. Like I said, tonight they shot 41% from three. So let's check something out real quick because I've been telling people about this for a minute here, and I feel like people just are acting like the Lakers can't shoot, and I'm like, I get that, but when I sit here and look, like over the last 15 games, the Lakers are 8th in 3-point shooting, 8th. All right, now let's go. Now they moved up enough. Now they're 13th overall in the league all season, right? And now let's just go the last 10 games. And they're 7th. So, like, the Lakers can shoot the ball, man. They've been out shooting guys regularly over the last probably 30 games. So, when people say the Lakers can't shoot, That's untrue. The problem is the Lakers aren't great at guarding the three, but they're able to shoot, and they've been routinely out shooting teams in the last like 30 games. All right. I was talking about search. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna mind my business here. How much is Westbrook injury impact Clippers playoff push and success? Been hearing he's been their best point of attack defender, which was surprising to hear. For Russ, I disagree with that. He's not. Speaking of lucky, hold on a second. This dude. Russ has not been their best point of attack defender. He's been their best guy in the passing lanes. So he can deflect balls. He can do some things. He's blocking some shots weak side. He's not been a terrific point of attack defender. I've heard that too, but I've watched the games. That's not entirely true. He's very good in the passing lanes. He's very good at anticipating. He's very good at deflections. As far as a point of attack, he's been cooked multiple times this year. But as far as what do they do with him gone, I would expect that Bones Highland's going to finally get some minutes now. Yeah, we should be used to it by now. If I'm Lakers if I'm Lakers first drive to the bucket, I'm cracking Murray. Let him know no easy buckets there. Yeah, I mean, that's how they did it back in the day, right? The others have been winning games for them. Yep. I would like to see AD featured in crunch time, run every play through him. That's smarter offense. This I agree with. Lakers have an answer for Jokic when they put Dwight Howard, but they didn't bring him back. Well, again, I think that's a narrative too that people keep bringing up. But 4 years ago was a different Joker. That was 4 years ago. Joker wasn't Joker yet, not to this level. Dwight isn't. No one is stopping this version of Joker. No one. So we can't keep living on 4 years ago and act like all things are the same and equal, because they're not. That 2020 team is not this team. And that 2020 Joker is not this Joker. He is much better now, and he has 2 MVPs and a championship since then. Joker smoking everyone. Next topic. Yeah, it's facts. I'm talking AD and Braun. Okay, gotcha. You need guys with long wingspans to clog up passing lanes if you want to be Joker. Even then, he can still kill you, man. He's just so good, man. He's just so good. Random question: can Miles Turner and AD lineup work together against Jokic? Well, again, what makes it so special is just trying to stop Jokic can get you killed too, because he's a willing passer and a good passer, and they got shooters. So it's not, again, it's you just have to hope they miss and get those rebounds. You get them second chance points and you're killing yourself, because Joker can beat you. If you look at the stats, if you go and look at the stats of what their winning percentage in when Joker scores less than like 15 or less than 14, their record is still great. Like, you have to keep him below scoring, below assists, below everything, and it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It's too much to try to take away. Speaking of coaches, which head coach would you target this offseason? I have no clear number one. There is none. There's no answer. There's no free agent coach that's going to help this team. They need to try to, and I don't even know who they could try to pry away. Like I said, the era of the great head coach is gone, y'all. It's gone. That era is dead. It's long gone. It's been dead. The era of the great head coach is over. Been over. And it's just getting rid of a coach to replace with another coach to have the same complaints that you did about the last coach. That's just rinse, wash, repeat, man. That's all it is, man. But we got 60 people in the building right now. How many likes we got on the video? Let's see if you guys are taking care of your boy here, man. So we got almost 60 people in the building right now, 35 likes. If you have not done so already, please drop a like on the video, man. It goes a long way to help the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. That would help as well. Turn on those post notifications. Goes a long way to help the channel. Get notified when we do videos as nights such as tonight. 1 second here. Goes a long way to help the channel. Like I said, you get notified when we go live, and helps the channel. Drop a like on the video, man. Share the video too, man. That's what helps us out even more than people realize. I don't say that enough, but sharing the video obviously helps us out a tremendous amount as well. Where in the heck did I leave off? Okay, here we go. Jokic barbecued every opponent he faced. Yeah, like I said, it's not just us, bro. He's just too good, man. Is posting up AD against Jokic not a good idea? Is Jokic a good post defender? So they tried that in last year's playoffs, and Joker was able to hold his own. So it's like here's the thing. Joker is a better defender than people think he is when he actually wants and is willing to defend. And when he was going out there trying to win a championship last year, he actually defended. So there were times where I saw him lock up AD last year's playoffs. Not every single play, but he was good enough. And like he's better at playing defense than people give him credit for when he wants to, man. Hasbulla says Jokic owns AD, sadly. He owns everybody, bro. Why does this team set soft screens? Like sometimes they don't even make contact before rolling. Yeah, that's true. That's a fact. They're not very good with setting the pick. Braun fumbled the ball twice driving to the basket at crunch time. Not blaming him, but it really hurt to watch. Yeah, he did. He had a couple of bad possessions there. And that just happens when you're trying to do too much, you know. Same issues as last season. No center, front court issues, and coaching staff problems. What's up, Frank? Yeah, hard to argue with that, man. Vando needs to come back. For real, my fave. Still, I don't care. Yeah, I love Vando, man. That's my guy, man. Big Baby, what's going on, my guy? The Denver Nuggets are the best team in the NBA. No one's beating them in the 7-game series. What are the champs? So you definitely got to give them their respect, for sure. We'll see. Boston has given them some issues. Minnesota plays them very tough. And they have our number, but I think other teams might be able to knock them out. Might. It ain't going to be easy. It's going to take a lot. They are better than a lot of teams. But Minnesota gives them problems, yo. Minnesota gives them problems. They got the two bigs. They got Ant. They got Conley. They got McDaniels out there to help on Murray. They got Naz Reid who can get buckets. Like they got the team to kind of bother them. I'm not really a big believer of Cat come playoff time, but we'll have to wait and see, right? Like he's still a very good player. But Denver, it seems to struggle a little bit with Minnesota. And they did say that of all the teams they faced last year, they said Denver gave them the biggest, Minnesota gave them the biggest struggle. Mike Breen said Vanda would be back before the end of the season. If we can get him and Gabe back healthy, I'd like to see what we look like. Facts. I would love to see that happen. Mike Breen don't have any inside information on that. He's just going off the reports that were put out. But those reports are just basically stating that there will be an update. So Mike Breen doesn't have any inside information on that. He clarified that. But we don't know. I think Gabe is coming back for sure. We're still waiting to see what it is with Vando, though. Conspiracy theory: if Denver wins again this year, LeBron and Steph will team up. I don't think that happens. Harry Giles worth playing. Don't know much about him. No, they got him as a two-way guy on a 2-year deal to kind of help preserve things there. So maybe he gets in at some point. Maybe give him a try as opposed to Jackson Hayes. But keep in mind, guys, two-way players cannot play in the playoffs. So I still don't think the Lakers are waiving someone off the roster for anyone off the 15th roster spot. So even though they signed Giles to that 2-year deal on a two-way, he is ineligible to play in the playoffs. So they can't use him come playoff time. And I don't know if the Lakers are going to cut no one that can no longer play for a playoff team. I don't think they're going to do that to anybody. I can see a lot of Ginobili in Austin. I think Ham should give Austin the Ginobili role. He has some Ginobili style, a mixture of kind of Ginobili Nash, but he's neither one of those players. I wouldn't even call him the poor man's version of it. He's very good. He can score. Manu was a better defender. Obviously, Nash wasn't. But I think he's a solid guy off the bench. I wouldn't mind Austin off the bench because he plays the same whether he's starting or coming off the bench. Jerry, what's going on, man? 10th place. Much to do about nothing, man. Hard to argue with that right now. A lot of drama for a 10th seed. I don't believe, though, Jerry, they'll finish there. But I can't predict the future. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think they finish in the 10th seed. I think they'll finish in the 7th or 8th. Hey, Portia, what's going on, Laker girl? Salute to you, man. I hope you had a good night. Thanks for pulling up. I greatly appreciate you. And he not better than Embiid. I didn't say that. I'm not saying he's better than Embiid, but he's better at staying on the floor than Embiid. And at this point, Embiid is damaged goods to me. Hell of a talent. Love him. It's not about better all the time, but AD, I trust to finish the season more than I do Embiid. What's up, everybody? What's going on, Purple and Gold? Honestly, what do you think, Jeff? Should we just think about next season? Well, it doesn't matter. So at this point, we don't have control over our first round pick. So it's cool to think about next season, but it ain't like you can just do something that benefits you by doing that. You still have to play. You still have to try to figure it out. You don't control your first round pick. So just saying, let's wait for next season, forget this season, there's no option for that. So it's cool to think about next season. But outside of that, like you still have to try to compete this season because you don't have any other options. Been noticing NBA teams been giving two-way contracts to foreign players lately. Is that something to consider scouting more? Sometimes these big buyout names are nearing washed up. Majority of the time, Nick, the buyout guys are washed up guys. Majority of the time, a buyout guy is not going to impact a playoff run, let alone a championship run. Majority of the time, a buyout guy are names that used to be somebody that aren't that person anymore, but still their name carries weight. So teams do it. The last time a team got a buyout guy that impacted a title run was when the Lakers got Markieff Morris. Outside of that, it's been pretty rare. Everyone, please like, subscribe for a better version of this. Wait for search. That's hilarious. Let's see. Bruce Brown would have been great here, except he'd keep trying to get us to listen to country music. He will, but he would be great here, Kurt. Like we need a player like him, man, for sure. I think the only way the Lakers can beat Denver in a series if they bring back two big man lineup: Turner, AD, LeBron, Reeves, and another 3-and-D guy. Well, Turner isn't an option. This year really hasn't been an option. And like I said, if you have two bigs, then their guards could cook you and kill you. That team is like, there's no direct option for it there. So you go the two big route. Then you go away from your wings that have helped you beat teams like Phoenix and the Clippers this year. You go away from that. So it's pick your poison. It's really hard to have everything, to have the guards, to have the bigs, to have the wings. It's really hard to have all of those when you don't draft them. So the Lakers don't have they don't have that luxury. You got to pick your poison in this league. In this league, it's more of a wing league. So, obviously you got Joker that you got to go through, but the rest of the league is wing and guard dominant. So if you build your roster just to stop Joker, then the odds of you maybe ever facing him may not come up because all those teams with wings are going to kill you, like the Lakers have been killed by the Clippers all these years. So when I finally got the wing ticket to help with those teams, then it's hard to be able to get those players to continue with most of the teams in the league and then be able to have something for Joker. But even if you do, doesn't mean you're going to stop him anyways. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just easy or cut and dry as that. He's the best boy. Let's see. Tiger, what's good, man? Empire Jeff, we need a center for next season so AD can play the power forward spot. What do you think? This small ball hasn't been working last couple of years. So I'm going to continue to come back to that. And I think, and this is what I want to really harp on, is the entire league is built on guard and wing depth. The entire league. Okay? So if you go and you sacrifice that for the potential of playing against Joker, that means these other teams just got a leg up on you. And now your job to get through those teams just to hope to get the Joker is harder. So AD at the 4, I believe, is a false narrative. AD don't need to play the 4. He just doesn't want to bang like in the paint with all these people. But if you look at all the metrics, including 2020 that everyone loves to go back to, the Lakers were at their best when AD was at the 5. Those other bigs weren't on the court when the Lakers were at their best. It was AD at the 5, Markieff Morris at the 4. That was when the Lakers were at their best during their championship run. It wasn't even close. That was the cheat code, was moving AD to the 5. AD is a 5. The problem is LeBron is the 4. No shade to LeBron. Never has been. It's just Braun is the 4, which makes AD's life at the 5 tougher. But if you go get a real 4 or you get a 5 and you make AD the 4, that means you have Braun guarding wings. And then you cook either way. Jeff, I think a 27-year-old Braun would annihilate this current Denver team. Oh, 27-year-old Braun would annihilate almost anybody. That's a fact. But he's 39 now. Do you agree with the lineup? Turner, AD, LeBron, Hachimura, and Reeves. I don't know who's guarding a point guard in that lineup. And I don't know who's guarding a wing in that lineup because Braun can't guard point guards or wings, and Rui can't guard wings, and Reeves can't guard point guards. So that's a flawed lineup. That means that Turner and AD are going to be probably in higher foul trouble and have a lot of dudes getting to the rim. So that lineup is flawed as well. What's up, Craig? I see you, man. Thanks for pulling up. What's going on, Micah? I agree that no one is stopping Joker, and the White wouldn't make the same impact. However, I think he's better than Hayes. I would still sign the White. I think the White is better than Hayes, but the White is not coming back to the NBA. It's just that ship has sailed. Woods, Hayes, and AD should do something if they had Vando healthy. That's the thing. Wood isn't healthy. Vando isn't healthy. A lot of these things that were going to help on the perimeter and help with doubling and help with these schemes. What is Lucky doing? Or is not. Sorry, hold on, guys. Sorry. A lot of the pieces we need, point of attack defender like type player in Gabe Vincent, not available. Another very strong perimeter defender who can rotate Vando, not available. And another guy with length who can actually block some shots and help AD with length, Christian Wood, not available. So those guys not being available is a big problem for the Lakers right now. Yeah, Porter was 10 for 10, Craig. He was killing out there tonight, man. Killing. Gideon, what's good, my guy? Thanks for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you. Can Minnesota Timberwolves challenge Denver? They can, bro. They can. I'm telling you right now, they can. Michael Porter Jr. was red hot, man. That boy was white hot tonight, man. He was killing it. Killing it, man. Let's see. I'm trying to see here. Trying to catch up, man. I did like a 30-minute talk to start this and haven't really yet caught up yet. Joker, Murray were huge. Yeah, they were massive, bro. Holiday was big tonight too. Yeah, Holiday had a stretch there too, man, for sure. Lakers never really had a true backup center. Yeah, that's true. It's hard to have a quality backup center when you have it's hard to have quality because you don't got the money. You know what I mean? You've got, like I said, you got Braun, you got AD, you got D'Lo, you got Reeves, you got Rui, you paid Gabe. Like the money spent. It's hard to go out there and just get these quality guys when you don't got that paper. You know what I mean? So what it is. Nakomi! What's going on, Nakomi? If you guys have not done already, like legitimately, this is like one of my favorite people on YouTube, man. She's one of my favorite people who talk basketball in period. So if you rock with what I do and you trust my basketball instincts, then make sure you go over to Call Me Nakomi World and subscribe to Nakomi, man. Trust me, she's incredible. She's great. She's a killer at what she does. And you're welcome. You're welcome. It's a gift by me sending you over there. Trust me. She's incredible. She's a beast, man. So appreciate you, Nakomi. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Curious to hear your thoughts on tonight's game, man. You see here. Vlade was sitting right there. We could have used him for backup minutes against Joker. That's funny. I'm still annoyed by Malone's comments at the Nuggets parade, and sadly, that's been the case. Yeah, I mean, you know, when dudes beat you, you give them the right to talk trash. And if you want to shut them up, you got to beat them. You don't beat them, that's what it is, man. That is what it is. Free Mind says, weird stat is that Denver are 1-3 against the Rockets this season. Yeah, the Rockets play tough defense, man, and they can get you, especially at home. In Houston, because they're scrappy. They get out there, they run. Houston is a solid team that they can sneak up on people in the regular season, but one, they're not making the playoffs, and if they did, they'd get rocked in the playoffs. They're a regular season team that can catch you slipping. These point guards have been bad. Spencer, D'Lo, and Vincent hasn't played. Ham hates Christie. Yeah, man, not good, man. Not good. Lakers should be focused on defense, even if it is little detailed. They should treat every game like Game 7. Malone is a master of attacking mismatches. Malone is a very good head coach. Aside from all the trash that he talks, like I said, he is a very, very, very good head basketball coach. His dad was a very good coach. Rest in peace. But Mike Malone is a very good basketball coach. I understand he runs his mouth. I understand it's not a popular opinion to give him credit. Although I'm a diehard Laker fan, I am a basketball fan as well, and I can be objective and I can give credit when credit is due. And while the guy can be a pain in the ass and talk his mess and say whatever he wants to say, very, very, very good basketball coach. Denver is just a matchup problem for us. Keep fighting. Never know what happened, especially with the rest of our schedule. Facts, Nakomi. And like I said, man, the silver lining in this is maybe we don't have to face them. Maybe we get a matchup that if we do face them, it's not to the Western Conference Finals, and maybe someone else knocks them off. Because then call me crazy, but as I look around the West, there's really no one else I look at that I think that we can't get. So if someone knocks off Denver, then the Lakers, that just gives the Lakers more hope and contention there. Peace out, Search, man. Appreciate you, brother. You have a good night. I'll catch you tomorrow, man. Thank you for your help. You're greatly, greatly appreciated, bro. Rob is blind. We need a big bruiser and a guy who can make it tough on Murray. Oh, he tried, but again, we needed wings, bro. We needed wings. He went out and got wings. And now, like I said, you can't build a perfect roster. NBA teams typically fire head coaches with 1 year left on their deals. With that said, could we get Ty Lue if Clippers get bounced early in the playoffs? Yes. That's the guy I'm targeting and looking. However, don't put it past the Clippers to hold on that Ty Lue longer than they want to just to keep the Lakers from getting him. I'm just saying. I've heard that. I actually have more Clipper plugs and Laker plugs, like as far as like really like in there. And the Clippers would actually try to make that difficult for the Lakers. Jeff, Eric Kwan has been saying the same thing. I now say we either put 2 sizable 3-and-D wings next to Rui, AD, and Braun. That may not work, so then we get rid of Braun since he's the weak wing. That's why. Do you think if we have Ty Lue and his coaching staff, it will be a different scenario for the Lakers? Well, the funny thing about that is if you listen to Clipper fans, they're on his bumper like Laker fans are on Darvin Ham's bumper. Give me 1 second, guys. But Clipper fans, Mavs fans with Jason Kidd, a lot of these teams are bashing their head coaches just like we are bashing Darvin Ham. So this isn't just a Laker thing. This is a league thing. And that's what I keep saying. The era of the great head coaches is dead. It's gone. And so don't be surprised that if let's just say that Lakers fire Darvin Ham, Clippers don't extend Ty Lue and let him go. And let's say the Lakers get Ty Lue. Now, let me tell you what Ty Lue's reputation is with Clipper fans. Ty Lue's reputation is that he takes too long. Lucky is acting a fool here. That he takes too long to call timeouts, that he doesn't make adjustments, that his rotations are trash, and he plays a small guard lineup. What? What does that sound like, yo? What does that sound like? What does that sound like? He takes too long to call timeouts. We've heard that before. He doesn't use his challenges. Heard that before. He doesn't have good rotations. Heard that before. He plays a small lineup. Heard that before. And he plays his 3-guard lineups too much. Haven't heard that before. So what do you know? It's not just the Lakers or Darvin Ham that have that problem, but the head coach that we would all want, his current team, complains about the same thing. Just trying to tell you. Eventually people will start listening to me, bro. I talk a lot. So I get maybe I'll miss some of the things I say. Maybe it goes over your head. Maybe whatever, right? I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Been trying to tell y'all. There is a problem. There are 2 problems league-wide. 2 problems. Raise your hands if you know what the 2 problems are, y'all. Raise your hands, y'all, if you know what the 2 problems are. Obviously, I can't see your hands, but the 2 problems, their NBA has a head coaching problem and the NBA has an officiating problem. Those are the 2 problems. And guess what? Neither one of them are getting fixed. Not in the immediate future. That's just a fact. But all of these head coaches, including the ones that Laker fans would want, their current team complains about the same things with them that y'all complain about Darvin with. I'm just saying. Is Mac injured? I don't understand why Ham don't play him. No, he's just young. He ain't trusting him. That's pretty much it. Still on the Comey. So since this year, what do you suggest on how to have a better lineup to beat Denver for next year? What do I suggest to beat Denver? Go to church. If you're Catholic, light some candles. If you're not, pray and show up to play. Make your shots, get your rebounds. And you got to play damn near perfect. Because if you don't, they're going to smoke you. They're that good. They're that good. You should probably go to church anyways. It's probably a good idea. Sengun and Van Vliet can play with Jokic and Murray. That's why they're 1-3. Sengun is great. Yeah, they'd get swept in the playoffs. Swept. Mike Malone just jealous of the LeBron and Laker media empire. Yeah, maybe. But that's a fair point. But he got a chip though. Mike Malone is trash. He got only one title, but the Lakers got 17. What's up, Warren? He's not trash. Definitely we bodying them with the 17 chips, but he's a very good head coach, man. Mike Malone, not Chuck Daly. He's not Chuck Daly, but how many championships did Chuck Daly win? 2. Malone might get there this season. Salute, DJ, man. My man 60 Cent in the building, man. Pausing his workout to pop up in the chat to say salute to y'all, man. Make sure you pull up on DJ over there, Lakers in 5, man. Subscribe to the channel. Great content, great dude. Great channel over there, man. Salute to DJ, man. Really entertaining, really fun. Make sure to get over there and check out DJ, man. If you're driving, if you work tonight, DJ, drive safe, my brother. Appreciate you. Richard, what's going on, man? I need Chrissy to get a taste of the starting lineup. Yeah, I've been saying that. Telling y'all, I showed these numbers last night, man. Our best metrics from a plus perspective of net difference of scoring is a plus 13 points when Max Christie is the 2 guard in the lineup with D'Lo in the backcourt. And they just don't seem to do it enough. But there's been enough of it this season to show that I'm not kidding. Like I said, it's our best lineup of the season. And I don't know if Max just coming back from injury, if Darvin just doesn't trust him, or if they're trying to suppress his contract. I don't know, because he's a free agent this year. But we need some more Max Christie for sure. Most of the league fan bases have issues with their coaches. Facts, Eric. Like I said, I talk to enough content creators who cover their teams to hear the same things. And shout out to my guys, Rel and King from We Talk Maps. When we did that show, y'all all heard, and I kept making a point. I kept laughing because I'm like, bro, you guys are saying the same. And I'm glad you guys in the chat for that show were saying it. We're seeing it, because a lot of the same things the Laker fans have been complaining about, they were complaining about too. And I kept bringing it up, but I was laughing. And they're like, man, see, the things they complain about Jason Kidd. And the funny thing is, a lot of Laker fans think that Jason Kidd is the answer to all our problems, when the people in Dallas would pay us to take him. And that's what's funny, man. That sounds like the Harvard head, right? That's what I'm saying. And that's what the Clippers fans complain about. Ty Lue is the same thing the Laker fans complain about Darvin Ham. Same exact thing. He looks like a Home Depot supervisor. He does. Well, he can coach, bro. But I ain't listening to no Clipper fan complaining about Lue. We def trade Ham for Lue. I'm not saying we wouldn't, but I guarantee you guys would be saying the same things, though. But Ty Lue knows what LeBron needs on the team. I mean, does he know what he needs, or did he just have LeBron at age 31? You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot easier to know what LeBron needs at 31 than 39, bro. Like, let's add some context to this. Sammy, what's going on, my guy? Yo, Jeff, yeah, Nuggets got the Lakers number, man, and he ain't talking about the digits. Yep, facts. There's only 14 Clipper fans. Hello, low sample size to give proper analysis on Ty Lue. That's funny, man. That's funny, man. But on another note, man, I just want to appreciate y'all and say thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. Got about an hour and a half in on this stream, man. Hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to get ready to shut it down here, man. 42 likes on the video. About 60 people in the building right now. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on the video. It goes a long way to help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, man. Turn on those notifications, man. I get it that they were trying to give Dinwiddie some run, but we need Max on the guards. Yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely think that's true, Nakomi, for sure. Nakomi, I got to get you on the show, girl. I got to reach out to you and line this up. We got to make it happen. Definitely want to get you on the show. I love talking basketball with you. But y'all make sure you see the name on the screen there. Call me Nakomi World. Make sure y'all go show that channel some love immediately, expeditiously. Get over there, show her some love, man. Moderators, if you got her link to her channel, please post it in there so people can head over there right now and give her, show her some love, man. Great content, great person. I just definitely want to get people over to help her support her, man, because she's great at what she does, man. Laker Nation can learn a thing or two from listening to her. So shout her out over there and try to drive some traffic over there, man. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Lakers took a tough L. Lucky has gotten my water bottle and he's gone with it now. It's like, gotta go get him. So shout out to y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Y'all stay safe. Y'all have a good one tomorrow, man. I'll be on here sometime tomorrow. Don't you hear this? Y'all hear this? I'm not sure what time, but I'll be on here tomorrow. And y'all have a great night. Stay safe. I appreciate you. Go Lakers. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I gotta go take care of this terroristic puppy over here. I said puffy, who's terroristic too. But my puppy is, demolition derby over here, man. So go Dodgers. Appreciate you, Nakomi. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.